This is Head Bustin' Boxing, and we are back in the house. And Billy Joe Saunders is at it again, calling out Canelo Alvarez or talking about he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. And you gotta have to excuse me, but I'm a little disgusted with Billy Joe Saunders right about now. But we might touch on that a little later. But anyway, it says Saunders, I'll take pleasure in beating Canelo on Cinco de Mayo. And I'm just going to get to the quotes. It says, should the two of them win, Saunders would like to face Canelo in May as part of Cinco de Mayo this weekend. Cinco de Mayo's weekend, not this weekend, excuse me. It says, that's because, I quote, that's because he's the face of boxing and I like the chance to beat him, Saunders told Sky Sports. He's the real scary thing. I know that I can do it. I would take pleasure in running Cinco de Mayo for the Mexican fans. Excuse me, ruining Cinco de Mayo for the Mexican fans. Saunders recently signed a promotional deal with Eddie Hearn, who is aligned with streaming service DAZN. The streaming service also have an exclusive deal with Canelo. Saunders has been watching Canelo for a very long time and always been believed that the two of them would eventually trade punches in the ring at some point. And he goes on to say, I watched Canelo fight Ryan Rose and Matthew Hatton. I've known since day one, even since I put on a pair of gloves, that our paths will cross. I always knew and dreamed what would happen when we did, just the same as David Lemieux. I always knew our paths would cross too. And my bad, sorry about that pop-up. He says, I'll always know our paths would cross too, and they did, just the same as becoming world champion. I always knew I'd do it, and I did, Saunders said. With a fight like Canelo, you can't go into the ring with a game plan. You need to think. This is my one and only chance to change my name from being a good to great fighter. Former trainer Jimmy Tibbs always said there's a difference. If I said someone was a great fighter, Jimmy would say no, Muhammad Ali or Rocky Marciano was great fighters. That guy's a good fighter. Canelo isn't great, he's good. I might look terrible in 10 fights in a row, but if you put me and Canelo in front of me, it's a different ball game. A fighter like me, my style has beaten him before, and I believe I can do it again. In other words, what he's saying is, he believes he's tailor-made for Canelo Alvarez. And I'll be honest with you, I do believe he has a point in saying that, and I've spoken about this in several videos. I do believe his style could give Canelo trouble. Now, whether he would beat Canelo or not, that's a different story, because the people that brought this particular style to the table, Canelo fought. You can argue when he was not in his prime. You can argue that. Now, the question is, when did Canelo prime start? But the people I'm speaking of, obviously, number one is Floyd Mayweather Jr., number two, Laura, and three, Amir Khan, which he beat Amir Khan and he beat Laura, supposedly, or whatever. Or was that a draw? No, I think he beat Laura. Either way, the point is, the styles that those guys bring to the table gave him issues. Why? Because they show movement, and lots of it. Especially Floyd and Laura, they can be extremely elusive. Amir Khan can get in and out with his legs, but he's not exactly thought of as a defensive genius or anything like that. He's just quick. He has quick hands and can get in and out. Now, unfortunately, because he doesn't have the defensive paralysis that you would speak of with a Laura or Floyd Mayweather, he got knocked out because eventually Canelo timed him. But Billy Joe Saunders would fall more on the lines of a Laura or Floyd Mayweather, far as not only does he have hand speed and foot speed, he also has extremely good head movement, and he bends his waist very well. He knows how to get out of the way of a shot, even if that shot is right in front of him. Like, he doesn't have to run from you to make you miss. He can stand in front of you and make you miss, but he also can get away with his feet. He also, like I said, head movement, bending at the waist. His blocking game is pretty good. So he's a defensive fighter. And that could present a problem to Canelo. Now, I'm just going to stop right there, because I can't make this video just giving big ups to Billy Joe Saunders, because I have issues with Billy Joe Saunders. why is he not getting in the ring with Boo Boo Andre? I can't let this video go by without talking about that. And to be honest with you, I gotta say that about Canelo too. I did a video yesterday. Unfortunately, the audio messed up and I had to take it down. Maybe I'll put it back up, maybe I won't. But I gotta address that. Why aren't these guys getting in the ring with Boo Boo Andres? Canelo don't get a pass for that either. Yeah, I know he moved up to 175, so what? Somebody need to get in the ring with this dude, man. We're wasting his career. Matter of fact, we're wasting a lot of these dudes' career. Triple G, his career almost over with. Who's Triple G fought outside of Canelo and Danny Jacobs? It's an embarrassment as far as I'm concerned. I don't wanna look back 10 years from now and be like, man, the middleweight division had Charlo and Andrade and Triple G and Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders and whoever else you want to, Danny Jacobs, whoever else you want to throw in the mix. That's great. But only Canelo and Triple G and Danny Jacobs fought each other. I don't want to have to look back and be speaking like that. That's bananas. We should have a plethora of fights going on yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest. But yeah, I think it would be a great matchup between Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders. I think that would be boxing at its finest, as far as technical boxing. It might be a boring fight to some people, but I think technically it could be a great fight. And that's pretty much all I got. I don't want to harp on it too long because I've done several videos about this in the past. Yes, I really believe Billy Joe Saunders could be a credible, competitive fight with Canelo Alvarez and maybe even pull the upset. Depends on how much Canelo has grown over the years, because clearly, well, I mean, it's hard to compare anybody to Floyd Mayweather, but clearly that style gave him problems, even when Amir brought it to the table, even though they timed him and got him out of there. But also, you got to think about it, you're fighting a welterweight that started at 140 with a weak chin that been knocked out by everybody they bother. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got. This is Head Bustin' Boxing Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that notification bell. Also, hit me up in the comment section one more time about this whole Billy Joe Saunders thing. Would you like to see Billy Joe fight Canelo Alvarez? Do you give him a shot? And why ain't neither one of them getting in the ring with Demetrius Andrade? I gotta throw that out there too as a question. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know. This Head Bustin' Boxing's own Fight Doctor.